Hi, I'm Kelly Schuler, and for the past few weeks, I have been doing research on sustainable and ethical fashion. Before I started this project, I had no idea what it was. When I was told sustainable and ethical fashion, I literally thought to myself, what the heck is that? And through research, I learned what it is. I learned that it is all about where your clothes come from. So a lot of your clothes are made from other countries. Brands will pay distributors to make your clothes, and a lot of the times these clothes come from these sweatshops and these factories that aren't very nice. You know, your clothes come from Indonesia, Bangladesh, China, and the working conditions there aren't always good. They come from factories that their fire escapes are closed off. They lock the doors and keep from their workers from leaving. They're overworked, greatly underpaid, and the managers abuse them. They abuse their workers because they know they're stuck in these jobs. A lot of these times, this is all these people have. They can't do anything else except for work at these sweatshops. They're kind of stuck there. You know, it's hard to find jobs in other countries. So they're stuck in these sweatshops so that they could make a living to help their families out. And these factories kind of take advantage of it because they know their workers won't leave. So through this project, I used my resources to find this all out. And I used Twitter and Google, and I used New York Times to find out all of my information. One of the places I looked first was Twitter, and I used hashtags like fast fashion, slow fashion, sustainable fashion, ethical fashion to kind of get an overview about what it all is. And then once I learned that, I went on to New York Times and I learned the politics behind it pretty much. I learned the harder core stuff. It gave me everything that I needed to know. And then I went and just Googled more information. I used websites like Project Just to learn about specific brands. But to be honest with you, I don't think social media covers it all that well. You know, I'm a big user of Facebook, more than Twitter. And I feel like I've never seen it before now. I have never seen it before now because I haven't gone looking for it. I feel like it's a topic you have to go looking for. It's not anything that pops up on your feed. You know, it might have been there, and I might have ignored it, but it wasn't something that is there a lot for me to finally be like, what's this? So people don't really know about it, I feel like I've never heard anyone talk about it, anyone know about it. I was ignorant before this, and I feel like that's how others are. And I want to change that ignorancy to what sustainable fashion is. So through my social media, through my Facebook mostly, because again, I love Facebook. I'm on there 24/7. I'm going to change that. I'm going to post about it. I'm going to use my stories that I found through my research, and I'm going to put it on my Facebook in the hopes that people will see it and open it up and become curious and go looking for more, to learn more about it, to start looking at their clothes and being like, is this coming from a place that treats their workers well? I'm going to share my website to my friends and my family, and I'm going to get them to learn and get as much knowledge into their brains as possible. I'm going to lead people into something that they need to know about because it's not right to be happening to human beings just like you and me. So through my research, I learned about Project Just, which is a website that you can look up certain brands and it'll tell you all about it. It'll tell you about the pros, the cons, how they treat their workers, pretty much everything you need to know. And it's a lot of the big brands on there. So I'm a very sportsy person. I wear all Nike shoes. Nike is a big part of my life. I used to play volleyball, so I wore Nike spandex because they were the best. All my cleats pretty much came from Nike because I played field hockey and lacrosse. I have a Nike bathing suit for my swimming. Nike is my whole life. I love their clothes. I love everything that comes from them. Nike can't do me wrong. So I thought, let's use Project Just to find out more about them, because I don't really know about where their clothes come from or anything like that. I just know that I like their clothes. So through this website, I learned that they have some good things and they have some bad things. And one of the good things that they have that I was happy to see was that they have this app called Making. And you can go on this app and you can look up materials and other things, and you can find out if they were how they were made and if they were ethical or not when being made. I also learned that they love to recycle, which is great to know that they care about our environment. They have a program where you can take your old shoes at the end of their lives and you can give them to Nike, and Nike will recycle them. They'll make them into something better. They don't just throw them away into the land. But I also learned that while they do care about their environment, they also kind of don't, because they use a supply chain that is known for using hazardous materials, which is not good for our environment. As for their working conditions, I learned that at one point their working conditions were not good. But it's good to know they're working to make them better, which makes me smile. They are working to make conditions better, to make the manager and employee relationship better. And there have been reports that things are changing and things are getting better, which is very good to hear, because we want things to get better, not worse. One of their biggest problems was low wages and overworking their employees, which is not good. Because just imagine working 9 to 5 and being tired and then finding out you have to work so many more hours. It's just horrible. But that's another thing that's improving. There's been no reports of overworking, which is wonderful to know. Another problem is low wages, which it's kind of sad to hear that they purposely do use countries that their working wage is lower than the standards of living. So they're looking for the cheapest way possible, which is kind of sad to hear. But the hopes is that once everything else gets better, this is something that will get better with it. And, hearing that things get better makes me happy. Doesn't make me sad to buy from them. And it makes me want to buy more from them. And to look away from those brands that don't treat their workers well, and to come to a brand that does treat their workers well. It's good to know that my money is going to a place that is good, that is paying their workers, that my money is being given to workers that need it. So as I've worked on this project, I've come to understand that media's role in society is ginormous. While in school you learn about the things you need to know, through social media I feel like you learn about who you are. You learn about politics. I feel like I've learned my most about politics. I've learned about new things. I learn interesting facts all the time. I go on social media and I just have more information being put into my brain. And that's how it is all over. Everyone. Anytime you go on, you learn something new. And media does that. And that's what this project is. This project is to do that to other people, to use my media and to teach them more. I've learned a lot of my opinions and what I like in the world and what's good in the world through social media, and this is something this project is something like that. So media is a big role in this society, and it makes me happy. So I'm going to use my media, and I'm going to teach people more, and I'm going to learn more from media, because that's what media was made for.